Hello guys, this is U140550, and this is a clarification because people are not taking the quiz and they're confused with the explanations of the letters, the E, S, F, J, the E, N, J, the E, N, J, A, etc., and all that. Well, here's a very general but very specific explanation and way to kind of graph it. This is from the Myers-Briggs personality test, where this was originally from. There is one for the Myers-Briggs one, which you have to pay for, and then there's the free one for 16 personalities. It's the same thing. It's the same understanding. The only difference is that it has an extra letter. Now, if you guys still don't understand what it is, like I said, there was a video in the last video that I talked about this before, where it explains the personality types. So basically, if you are an E, you are somebody that is extroverted. Are you awkwardly or inwardly focused? I mean, not awkwardly, outwardly or inwardly focused. What does that mean, by the way? The EX usually means outwardly, right? So that means you are could be described as talkative, outgoing, like to be in a fast-paced environment, tend to work out ideas with others, think out loud, enjoy being the center of attention. Then you're an E. If you're any of those things, you're an E. That's more of your, you have a little bit of I also in you too. But if your strongest is E, then you're E. But if you're inwardly focused, then that means you're an I, you're introverted. So could be described as could be described as reserved, private, prefers a slower pace with time for contemplation, tends to think things through inside your head, would rather observe than be in the center of attention, or be the center of attention. So this is the I in general. Once all the signs are connected together, it's a little bit more complex and a little bit more different. But anyways, so that is your E and your I. Your S and your N is what we call how do you prefer to take in information, how you take in information, how you understand information, how you learn information. So there's two different letters, an S and an N. How do you prefer to take in information? If you are an S, then you focus on the reality of how things are. You pay attention to concrete facts and details. You prefer ideas that have practical applications. And also, you like to describe things in a specific, literal way. So you're more literal. While N people, if you're more of an N, you are somebody that imagines the possibilities of how things could be. You notice the big picture. You see how everything is connected, or everything connects. You enjoy ideas and concepts for their own sake. And you also like to describe things in a figurative, poetic way. You definitely will still get both letters, but whichever one is strongest is part of your personality type. That is like a recessive gene, or that is a strong gene. and this is your weak gene, the one that is not being picked. So the one that you're strongest at, the one that is most equivalent to your personality type, is that letter. So now we've got S and the N done. Now the T and the F. How do you prefer to make decisions? If you make decisions in an impersonal way, using logical reasoning, value justice, fairness, enjoy finding the flaws in an argument, could be described as reasonable and level-headed, then you prefer thinking. If you base your decisions on personal values and how your actions affect others, value harmony and forgiveness, like to please others and point out the best in people, and if you are somebody that could be described as warm and empathetic, you are a feeler, or somebody that feels. So thinking and feeling. You're either a thinker or a feeler. Like, which one is more stronger? In a lot of ways, I'm very even with these two. But at the same time, with my personality type, F was much stronger. Now, how do you prefer to live your outer life? If you prefer to have matters settled, think rules and deadlines should be respected, prefer to have detailed step-by-step instructions, make plans, want to know what you're getting into, like knowing what you're getting into, then you prefer judging. But if you are somebody that prefers to leave your opinions open, see rules and deadlines as flexible, like to improvise and make things up as you go, are spontaneous, enjoy surprises and new situations, then you are a perceiving type. So you are either a J or a P. Which one is more stronger with you? Of course, you're a little bit of both, no matter what, but you are stronger. Now, the last one that is not on here, because originally for Myers-Briggs, they only had 4 letters. But with the 16 personalities test, they scientifically, through their research and through the psychology class I took, noticed that there's an extra letter that should be added to it, an A or a T, assertive or turbulent, which I have explained before, but I don't think anybody understands it. It's the way that we would work in a workplace in general, or the way we would work in the way that we would think, basically. So let me explain that a little bit further. If I can find my email so I can show you the thing again. Go over here, go over there, and we go to the 16 personalities, or 16 personality, go all the way at the bottom. I have to find it in a weird way right now because it tends to do this a lot. No. Give me a second, you guys. This is the most annoyingest thing to do when I have to do this. Can I just have just that? You know what? Fine. Let's do this. Nope. No. It says support, right? Support at 16 personalities. 16. .com, I think. All right. Yeah, there we go. So when I go back to my thing, see, I'm more of a judging. I don't want to show all of my results, but I will tell you this. According to this, I'm more of a judging and prospecting. So I still am pretty even with a lot of these, but one of them is much stronger. Now, as far as the assertive and the turbulent, this trait underpins all others, showing how confident we are in our abilities and decisions. So the abilities that you have and the decisions you make show, are we assertive or are we turbulent? So the best way I can explain this is through what it gave me. Assertive. Assertive individuals are self-assured, even-tempered, and resistant to stress. They refuse to worry too much and do not push themselves too hard when it comes to achieving goals. Like, we know not to overdo it because it will not be good for a lot of us. But what it does is it knows that we are resistant to stress, we are even-tempered, and we are self-assured. Turbulent, on the other hand, is the opposite, and it does not mean you can't still have confidence and this and that. It's just that it just means that is stronger in you, in your personality type. So you are someone that might not be as self-assured, might not be as even-tempered, and might not be as resistant to stress. You might worry a little bit too much sometimes, and sometimes you push yourself too far. Yes, it is good for you to push yourself hard and, to achieve your goals, but know your limits sometimes, to take that break, to take that time off from whatever you are doing at that time. That's the reason why this is, turbulent. But if you look at your own personality thing, if you've emailed it to yourself, usually it'll say anonymous console, or it'll be anonymous console, or the console, or it'll be whatever your personality type is, which is your code in the general sense of things. Then you choose your role. It'll choose what your role is: sentinel, or a adventurer, etc. And then your strategy is people mastery. So that is your mastery. If it's people's mastery, you've got people's mastery. If it's something else, it's something else. Anyways, this is to clarify in general, but I'm not going to be showing all my, little things. But it generally is explaining how you are and what your personality type is. If you still are going to be that personality type, most likely, even after a few years. If you decide, okay, let me take this test again, see if I changed. But no matter what, you can improve on these things, but still have that same personality type that you've had. It's a very interesting and very accurate and very specific thing that explains a lot about you. So, like I've said before, I would very much recommend for you guys to take this test, see what your numbers are, see your percentages on both sides, and then see what personality types are stronger. And then see if, to you, it is as accurate as you would see, but it has been shown that it's very, very accurate. It's very, very good. And I would love to see what you guys think of it when you guys get there. Alright, this is you140550 signing out, and I'll see you guys in my next video.